You can date a different man every day of the week. Date every single one of them and may the best provider win.
How much a man gotta make for you to take them serious? How much a month? Over 6 figures a month. I was just about to say.
Over 6 figures a month?
It is dangerous to teach young women, especially young women under the age of 28, to be asking men for money.
Where you at, Berto?
The pandering male epidemic.
Boys want to get to know you. Men want to know what your Cash App and Zelle is. Know the difference, ladies, when one is speaking to you. It's quite simple.
Okay.
Weirdo. When you first meet a woman, you should be spending money. I don't want to hear your fucking excuse why you don't. If you cannot send Zelles, pay for her nails to get done and hair done before a first date, or pay for some Shein items or Fashion Nova, you should not be fucking dating. 2 things a woman want to hear: her Cash App and Zelle, and what's her full name and birthday. Book her a trip. If you really want her, do something different. Stop asking her to the movies or the dinner. She can try.
Man, this has got to be the biggest sucker activity out. I don't care what's going on. Why would I ever be booking you a trip and I don't even know you? I'm not booking a trip for a shorty that I do know. Let me rephrase. Let me be more specific with that. For me to be booking you a trip, I already got to be knowing you in wifey territory. Like, yo, matter of fact, we got to be locked in. You already have to be in wifey territory. I'm not booking no trip for no random girl. Hey, bro, if y'all think that's lame, hey, I guess I'm lame then. I guess I'm lame.
Weirdo. Out there herself. Do something no one else is asking her for. Take her on fucking vacation, you cheap, broke bastard.
Yeah, I know. It sounds nice. It sounds great even. But that clown got exposed for abusing both of his baby mothers and not taking care of his kids. Roll the clip.
Stop fucking recording. Get out of my house.
And for anyone wondering, this is some of his work.
Oh. Again, anybody get on the internet and start talking this shit. Now, I know it might sound hypocritical coming from somebody that's just on the internet talking with a microphone, bro. But I will tell you guys, stop looking up to these internet motherfuckers, bro. I'm telling you, stop it. Even me, I'm not perfect. I ain't doing that shit, but I'm not perfect. These niggas will get on the internet and say anything and not practice not one lick of what they are preaching.
You see, for the longest period now, there's been this cycle that's been reoccurring on the internet. A male influencer will get online and post some videos where he's hitting all the right notes. He's saying all the right things. Things that might be unrealistic. Things that most of the time are too good to be true. How do I put this? They're selling a fantasy. These con artists, these predators who prey on women's desperation, are the most dangerous breed of animal. And yes, I'm calling them animals. The animal in question being a pander bear. They're panderers. Guys like Pastor Poppy Don.
Yeah.
They take the approach of appealing to a woman's desire for financial stability, a caretaker, someone who, when she's with, money isn't a problem. Matter of fact, this dream guy goes out of his way to spend his money on her, buying her lavish gifts, booking trips, allowing her to experience these luxury experiences. Brief intermission, y'all. I got an opportunity for you. If you've ever
Brandil, get your money for these shams, my dog. Y'all don't skip mine though. My shit gonna be coming up probably around like 3-4 minute mark. Hey, I'm on you, bro. If you skip my ad, I'm pulling up and we'll be throwing hands on everything I love. Don't skip my shit. Wait, hold on. I know you guys usually skip this part of the video, but give me 1 second. I want to put you guys on real quick on a way to make some extra money that is 100% legit, and you can do it all from your phone. TesterUp is a platform that works with games to find new users just like you to test their games out. These apps and games are willing to pay new users to get on their platform because 9 times out of 10, they genuinely actually like playing the game. And the app in return ends up making money because you're playing the game that they paid you to play. I know that sounds a little bit too good to be true, but this is why I'm breaking it down for you so you understand the business behind it and how it works. TesterUp helps put money back in your pocket that these platforms are willing to pay for new users. So if you already like playing games on your phone, click the link in the description or use the QR code on the screen. You're gonna make a free account. It's completely free to do, and you can start making $10 to $20 off of games that you already love playing. This isn't a get rich quick scheme, so it's full transparency here, but if you're dedicated enough and you like playing games on your phone, there's people already making hundreds of dollars as well. Again, it's completely free to try. Use the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description. Check it out and make some extra cash. All right, let's go.
Where you at,
sounds a
Berto?
little something like this.
Pampering my woman is a requirement.
$150,000 per child when she gives birth, $150,000 every year after that until the child is 18. Her hair done once a week, nails done once a week, makeup done whenever she wants to, shopping sprees around the world, anywhere she wants to shop at and buy whatever she wants. Her finances is not maintained. She's not allowed to pay for any bills, open any doors, or take out any trash.
Is this nigga AI? Are there actually people on this earth that think like this? Like, let's just be serious for a second. I know, like, there's gonna be trolls in the comments, but does any woman actually, like, any woman that actually has any type of, like, value in her brain, like, of herself, do you actually think this is how shit's supposed to go? Like, literally, like, actually, it can't. No, I don't want to believe it. I'm not gonna discredit my ladies like that. There's no way.
100,000. Say I love you. Another 100,000 because I appreciate your loyalty. Another 100,000 because you're an excellent mother. And 50,000 just in case you want to splurge on me or something.
I know I'm pausing so much, bro, but it's genuinely pissing me off. I think I've actually seen this clip before, and I might have said it. Bitch, if I am giving you hundreds of thousands of dollars for existing, you better be jumping up and down in joy. You better be doing fucking backflips. I want to see you goddamn throw that baby in the air and hit one of these, juggle that motherfucker with the money. Ha. Come on, man. You just sitting there talking about something. I just gave you damn near $500,000. What are we doing? Where's the giggles ain't enough for me, baby.
Oh, brother, just how performative can you be? And look, I already know what some of you guys are thinking. Some of the stuff he's saying doesn't sound too crazy. If you truly are in love with your lady and you're a chivalrous man, these things will probably come naturally to you. But you see, the thing that makes this guy so distasteful is that he tries to shame regular men for not being ultra wealthy. He talks in a way that emasculates them.
How much money should a man have before he gets into a relationship?
At minimum, a man should have $300,000 US in his savings account. But if you really want to step into the real leagues when men are handling their business, you should have at least $1 million to $3 million in your savings account before you even entertain a woman, period.
So by this guy's
I guess all of our Johnsons are going to be in the Sahara Desert for the next few years of our lives. $1 million before we can get some play? $1 million.
logic, the average man should have
multiple... I can't even entertain it? I gotta be a millionaire?
6 figures saved up. And then if we really want to meet his standard, if we really want to be real men, we gotta have multiple millions of dollars saved up. Do you know how doomed society would be if we all operated under this logic? Because the average man doesn't even start making 6 figures a year until like their late 20s, early to mid 30s. And then you want to talk about men being millionaires? The average man...
Some people don't even ever get to a point where they're making 6 figures, bro. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. Like, obviously inflation, times are harder now, and 6 figures really isn't as much as it used to be. But on some real shit, there's some amazing parents out there that are doing amazing things and raising amazing kids, and you know, still finding time to be in their kids' lives and do vacations and you know, spoil the family here and there off of $60K a year, $50K a year, gang. Most people ain't making into that top percent, much less top 1% being multi-million. Come on, man.
Start touching that type of wealth until their late 30s, early to mid 40s and above. And we're not even considering things like inflation. $1 million a couple decades ago isn't $1 million today. Like, depending on where you live, $1 million will definitely not afford you anything fancy. And this genius somehow wants to make the argument that we shouldn't even entertain women until we have that type of money. And I think the one clip that cemented in my mind that this guy is definitely a panderer, he's a pander bear, is this clip.
Date them all and may the best provider win. And the only men that have a problem with this are the manipulators, the narcissists, the compulsive liars, the men that want you to provide for them. And to the women that say, well, I can't juggle 5 men at a time. You were dealing with a complete narcissist. This man had 5 different personalities. Every day you woke up, you see a different version of this man. You can date a different man every day of the week. Date every single one of them and may the best provider win.
If this isn't sweet talk, pander talk, telling women what they want to hear type of talk, I don't know what it is. Cause look, I can respect someone who dishes it out to both genders equally. But when it's so obvious that you're trying to gain favoritism from one gender, your intentions become clear as day. And look, I already know what some of you guys might be thinking. This is all internet BS. There's no way anyone would actually buy into this sort of thinking. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'd be absolutely wrong. You see, all a guy has to do is get online and make this sort of video.
Y'all know it's niggas out here really buying girls food, paying girls rent. Real deal, paying for girls' beauty maintenance. Real deal, like, real deal. I'm niggas. Stay legendary.
And then you'll have women.
Here's the thing, bro. I've said this on cam multiple times, and I know I came into this video trolling. As a man, 29 years old, I don't think there's anything wrong with you being in a position to be able to provide. If anything, I feel like all men should be striving and thriving to be able to provide. It's a great feeling. I think there's almost arguably no better feeling than being a man that is able to give back and be like, no, I got you. I can take care of this. You can depend on me. You know what I'm saying? That is the best feeling as a man. And not even just for my significant others, for my friends, for my family, just somebody that I know that my people, the people that I say I love and care about, they can look at me and know that they can depend on me. It's the best feeling in the world. So if I'm able to do that for the people that I love, why wouldn't I do that? Of course I'm going to do that. Of course I'm going to show up. And that's why I work hard. I do all of this grinding to show up for the people that I care about, right? But why I would never co-sign sucker activity, like these niggas are talking about paying rent, paying fucking for maintenance and beauty maintenance for women that you don't even know. Like, yo girl, like your partner in crime, sure. But we just started dating. I'm supposed to be booking trips and like, what? And then let's just take in consideration, bro. As you get older, it's actually not that uncommon that women are dating multiple men at the same time as she's trying to find her nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's not that uncommon that niggas are dating multiple women to try to find the right person. You know, and I'm talking about this in a responsible way, not in a degenerate way where you just fucking and sucking everything that moves, but it's just like you are genuinely, maybe you went out on a date on Wednesday night. Now you know it's Saturday night and you meeting somebody else to see if you have a better connection with them. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty normal shit. But what I'm not gonna go for, and that's okay, but what I'm not gonna go for is shit. I done paid for your nails, your hair, the outfit that you wore to my date, and I done flew you out across the state. Across the country to come meet me in this private villa or some shit for our first interaction, just for you to go and fuck the next nigga. Weirdo. 2 days from now. Does anybody disagree with that mindset? Like, to me, that's sucker activity. That's sucker. Mind you, the next nigga, he hit for free. And I don't want to make this just about cheek clapping, but just if we keep it on that level alone, let's keep it on the degenerate level today. We not being wise and big quotes today. We're just keeping it on cheek clapping level. That don't make no fucking sense. And that's the lowest hanging fruit. You know, we still got to be thinking about morals and personality and things that actually fucking matter. But just off of the fact that the nigga that didn't do nothing, who actually still lives with his mom and he sells drugs and shit, he hit for free, gang. Don't be a sucker.
In the comments eating it up. May your money flow like a river. Hi King, you good? You ate today? The only type I date. I know some soldiers in here, they want to spend that on me. His inbox has to be going crazy right now. Yeah, I'm never settling till I find the one. My sugar pop is all the way in Canada sending me money. They're literally eating this shit up. And you see, these pander bears don't just come leading with money. They also have other tricks. There's other archetypes. There's other categories of pander bears. Not all of them sell this financial fantasy. Some of them use enticing words. For example, like Medusa his judgment. His whole thing was painting men out to be these evil beings that were just irredeemable. And I genuinely feel like with him, he targeted a very specific audience. Women who were or were probably leaning towards being misandrous. Because no one besides a misandrist or a woman who's been severely traumatized by men would subscribe to an idea like this.
If you was to ask a man if he would rather be in the woods with the woman or with the bear, he gonna say a woman every single time. And do you know why a man is gonna say a woman every single time? He got free reign.
And the reason why that clip looks so tacky is
Weirdo.
because I literally had to combine two videos from other people's stitches because all his original content was deleted. He was banned from the TikTok platform. But back to the clip though, this guy really tried to make the point that the most important reason, the number one reason why a man would choose to be with a woman in a forest instead of a bear is because he wants to essay her. Not because, you know, the bear is a wild animal that has claws and fangs and weighs several hundreds of pounds, a literal killing machine. But all that aside, it also says so much about his audience that he thinks he could post something like this and his audience will buy it. Like, I'm genuinely concerned about the survival skills of the women who tuned into him, believed the things he said, and didn't see any red flags. Because a lot of times when a guy just seems too perfect, when he has all the right answers, that's the guy you should watch out for the most, because that means he has a perfect read on you. That means he understands your psychology. He understands how a woman's mind thinks and functions. And that's exactly what puts him in an optimal position to manipulate you. And you know, luckily he got exposed because his ex-girlfriend got online and did a 3-part series exposing him for who he truly is.
He comes into my room and he's holding my roommate's 3 kitchen knives, large kitchen. And he's saying someone is going to, you know what, tonight. Someone's gonna, tonight. And by the time it takes me to get to my balcony to try to unlock my balcony door, then unlock my screen door, he already has me by my shirt, pulling me back into my apartment, choking me because he's grabbing so hard on my shirt.
Oh my gosh.
I'm asking him, please let me go. Please get off of me. He's refusing.
And the crazy thing is, even after being exposed, the manipulation didn't stop. Dude literally tried to sit here and frame it like, oh, this is a thing I used to do in the past. Yes, I was a demon, a horrible person, but that was in the far past, you know.
Yeah, you need to go sit down in jail, sir. You need to go sit down in jail. We'll hear your sob story of your redemption and you giving your life to Christ while you're in prison. What are we talking about?
Oh, 3 years ago, I'm not that person anymore.
I am admitting to being abusive. 2-3 years.
Look at this, bro. I know we're not supposed to judge a book by their cover, bro, but this nigga just looks like a fucking
Weirdo.
Come on, man. Come on, bro. And that Shorty was way too pretty to be dealing with this nigga, man. How y'all be ending up in these situations, queens? What's up with bruh? What's up with this?
Is telling the truth. She is 100% accurate. Everything she is telling is 100% true. I have been an absolutely terrible man. No, this is not about she spilled the tea. I am happy that she is sharing her negative experiences about me. I want her to. I have been a very...
You got some sweet in this tank, ain't it, Pat? Y'all peeping that? This is probably one of them angry niggas that's still in the closet or something.
Very, very, extremely demonic and terrible man in my past.
Bro really thought that acting happy that he got exposed was gonna somehow help his case. Like, no, nigga, you got exposed and you're trying to do damage control. And the next panda bear on this list might be an even bigger clown. We got a guy by the name of Derek Jackson who uses his looks and enticing words to captivate women, literally selling them the fantasy of this perfect husband.
Look, sis. Don't let no man convince you that by you holding him accountable for his actions, you're bringing stress and drama and being negative. If he was not ready for the responsibility of loving you correctly, he should have never signed up for it. You didn't make him hop in your DMs or stop you from what you was doing to ask you.
And let's take a quick look at the comments. Amen, amen, amen. Exactly what I need to hear. Put this on his motherfucking damn For You page now.
And no man plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage. He'll dysregulate your central nervous system and then claim you always disturbing his peace.
Some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but ghosting the girl who did nothing to deserve it is emotional abuse.
Yo, the sad music and the
emotional abuse, bro. Bro, you playing for the wrong team, gang. What are you doing? Ghosting the girl. Ghosting the... Wait, what are we talking about? Ghosting a girl is emotional abuse, nigga? Bruh, again, y'all. on one hand, I really want to sit here and grill people, but on the other hand, it's like, if you are consuming this and just heard that sentence, ghosting someone is emotional abuse. That was the sentence. If you heard that and you felt like that made sense and that was a logical take, and that, like, we need to be rallying behind that and being like, yes, that makes sense. Go King. I have no hope for you, bro.
Background is killing me, bro.
Never underestimate how fast a woman will cut you off for making her feel like she's begging for your love.
I'm convinced bro literally works out to get a pump before he makes his videos, bro. I genuinely would not be surprised if he does that.
Her anger ain't even anger. It's built up hurt. Because women don't just wake up angry.
Brother.
They slowly drown in ignored feelings until that emotion erupts.
And then we got these hurt women in the comments trauma dumping. Then they call us toxic after taking us for granted. That line about ruining my mental health to stay a little longer hit me hard.
The thing about people like this, though, they're really just taking advantage of, like, people's weaknesses. Because it's like, while he might say something that's true here and there, and shit, I've given advice on the internet before, so I know what it's like to you're really trying to dive deep and get a message across. But at the end of the day, I'm never gonna get on here and paint myself to be this perfect person, bro. These niggas really be dead ass losers, and you could tell, like honestly, what 40 said is so, like, perfect. These guys are so clearly trying to pander to one side. Like, if you're scrolling through all of their content, it's literally all gonna be pretty much attacking men, but they never have anything positive, or they have no constructive criticism for the other side of the party. And that's where you know it's like, okay, we know the type of individual this is. And then chances are, he's a hypocrite. All the shit he's saying, he's probably fucking, I mean, actually, I don't even want to put that on nobody. But we've seen a couple examples of these niggas being hypocrites. So, but I ain't going to put nothing of that on nobody. At the end of the day, I hope nobody is getting, you know, the short end of the stick. I'm wishing everybody the best. But we see what it is.
Exactly. Yo, whose grandma is this? He did everything he promised he wouldn't. Another grandma. The moment she becomes silent after all the time when she was angry, that's the moment when she is done and ready to let it go. And here's the kicker. This guy literally cheated on his wife. You cannot make...
Well, again, see, I tried to be positive, bro, but another example, all hypocrites.
This shit up, bro. Talk about right message, wrong messenger.
Okay, so part of the recovery process where we were in the program for infidelity and all that is discovery. And in discovery, it's like we've trickled out a lot of information. Now it's time to go to level 0, ground zero, they call it. And so he had to make a list of women, so everything that he could recollect, and there was nearly 100 women on there.
I genuinely don't know when women are gonna learn that these
Nigga was a fucking serial cheater.
There's these guys who
niggas will go their whole lives without getting 100 bodies. This nigga was just cheating on his wife doing that.
Or selling these fake fantasies and have these enticing words will 99% of the time just be frauds. I think nowadays women are so caught up in this idea of finding a man that will secure their financial future, of finding a provider, that they would actually buy into this type of delusion. They want to believe so bad that this ultra wealthy man that has life figured out, that's perfectly chivalrous, is a provider, protector, is just gonna magically choose them out of the bunch and only have eyes for them because somehow they're so special and different from the hundreds of thousands of other beautiful women. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not how things work most of the time. And if you grew up a Disney kid, that's basically the Sophia the First, Cinderella, fantasy fairy tale storyline. But that's the thing, it's a fairy tale fantasy, meaning the shit is so unlikely to happen that it's fantastical. And for anyone wondering, fantastical literally means imaginative, remote from reality. And look, again, there's nothing wrong with having high aspirations, but this sort of mindset becomes harmful.
What I always say is like, you literally want to have high expectations and you want to set a high standard. If I'm talking to my ladies right now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you saying, hey, I need a nigga that is doing this and is doing that and doing this. Like, you can have your guidelines where it's like, this is what I want out of a man, but don't be unrealistic though, bruh. That's the biggest thing. Y'all be saying, I want to be with a 1% nigga. I want to be with a multi-millionaire when you don't got $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You want to be with somebody that has 10 different businesses, but you don't got one. And it's not about comparing, but it's just the fact that it's like, when you really break that shit down, what are the odds of you ending up with a guy like that? A guy ending up being that man himself, the odds are slim to none. You know what I'm saying? They're the top 1% for a reason. So it's like the odds are you're probably not going to end up with a nigga like that. And that's if we're just basing that off of the financial goals of being super rich. You know what I'm saying? You'd be lucky to be one of that nigga's side hoes. Y'all not ready to have that conversation. Y'all want to win the lottery ticket and get wifed up by a multimillionaire. You would be lucky to end up being one of his side hoes. Come on, man. So all I'm saying is just have realistic expectations. I'm not saying you want to be with no bum. I'm not saying you want to be with somebody that don't got, you know, goals and aspirations for themselves. Yes, he needs to be hardworking. Yes, he needs to have vision. Yes, he's going to show you the patterns of his personality, and that's going to tell you everything about where he's going to end up in the future. Because niggas that want success in life, they get up and they show it, bro. You're going to see the qualities in their real day life every single day. But you know, if a nigga just sitting around smoking weed all day, he ain't got no job, always making excuses, always complaining, always pointing the finger, the reason I'm not successful is because of this person in the past, or this person doesn't like me. Yeah, okay. If he's constantly showing you that, then yeah, maybe he's a bum, leave him in the past. But you got a hard-working nigga that's dedicated, and you know what I'm saying, he's got goals. You see he's waking up, he's you know, he's getting to it. He's scheduling things. He's putting time to the side. Matter of fact, he's sacrificing time out of his busy work schedule to spend with you. But then he also has boundaries. Hey, babe, I can't actually hang out with you this weekend because I got to do this, and this to get closer to my dreams. Like, maybe you need to lock in with that nigga. You have a better chance of hitting that lottery ticket with him than trying to get with the nigga in the NBA.
Becomes a detriment when you have young women thinking like this and upholding this sort of standard for themselves.
How much a man gotta make for you to take them serious? How much a month? Over 6 figures a month. I was just about to say
over 6 figures a month.
Yeah, she's high maintenance, y'all. So
I'll do over 6 figures a month. I'll take a shot at that.
Unfortunately, a lot of young ladies look up to these bird brains and have this sort of mindset. A man has to make at least $100,000 a month to be taken seriously, just to be taken seriously. And look, I'm not trying to poop.
Not even to be the nigga that she's like, yo, my glorious king, please take my hand and marry me. Just to be taken seriously. So maybe you'll get a text back, guys. 100,000, not a year, a month. Weirdo.
His dream of finding this Prince Charming, ultra wealthy, handsome guy who's gonna, you know, just come in and swoop this random pretty girl and change her life and take care of all her needs. But I genuinely want y'all to be realistic. If we really sat down and thought about it, most guys these girls age, because they seem to be in their teens, maybe early 20s, will not have that type of money. So automatically, by process of elimination, the type of guys that these girls will be dealing with will probably be significantly older men. That's how we got situations like rapper Boston Richie literally grooming a girl who was underage at the time, Tatiana Chanel.
But you were dating like an 18-year-old chick, right?
Yeah.
You guys broke up?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the big deal? You're a kid. You're like 23 years old, right?
Nah.
How old are you?
I don't know. It really wasn't no big deal. It's just motherfuckers.
But people were like making a big deal that you're dating an 18-year-old?
Yeah. But it really wasn't nothing like it.
But how old are you?
27.
I mean, you know, hey man, I'll tell you what Tiger was doing. Tiger was Tiger for real. Had Kylie Jenner when she was a guy.
It's nasty, bro. 27-18. It's a big gap.
And you know it's bad when his only response is to bring up Tyga and Kylie Jenner. He really said, yeah, your situation is bad, but at least it wasn't as bad as this one.
Could you say any lesson you learned from dating someone that young? Like maybe they're just not like, stay away? It didn't work out, obviously.
Oh no, man! I just be, I don't really know. I just do me personally, like whatever I like doing, whatever I feel like doing, I do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really learn lessons from situations, right?
I don't really learn lessons from situations. Hey, that should tell you everything that you need to know about his character. he doesn't learn lessons from situations. Okay.
Mind you, this was public information, but at the time, because he was buying her things and he was giving her so much money, her and other bird brain girls were literally supporting the relationship. To this day, there are still women who are applauding her behavior. They're talking about she got 3 businesses, 2 luxury cars, her rent paid for the next year, and hella wires and bags, plus she had a plan and she executed. Mama raised her right. This is the only comment I agree with. That's low-key such a miserable way to live though. Like, you put yourself through all them years and things for materials. And this seems to be her present state after that whole situation wrapped up.
Like 2.5 years. No, Tati, I don't know how you did that hard time, baby. I can't pass 2.5.
Like, I don't even think I made it past 2.5, but like I said, I was just there. When you have a plan, you execute that plan.
You was looking like
I was just
Christina.
there.
Christina,
I was
born.
just there.
What kept you in that relationship then?
I fuck with your chain. I put gas around your neck. I'm a BB every chain. Fucking
Again, you brothers, you go do all that tricking, spending. Let's just say you are a top 1%er and you go do all this tricking and This is how she's talking about you with her friends. Man, I was just there. I was just existing, man. I was just trying to get that BBS and chain and dancing down. Ooh, that nigga is a lame. He give me all his money and then I buy that chain and then I flex around and then I fuck his mains. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't care about nothing, name. That's gonna be you. Don't do it, bro.
And look, you literally cannot make this shit up. Even after all these things came out about Boston Richie, him being a PDF, him being a rat, to this day, you go to his comments, there are women in there who are begging to be chosen. I need a Boston, hold the DV though. Y'all not tricking like Boston. Love me some Boston Richie because baby, can you help me? Oh my God, I love me a trick.
I don't think I can listen to that song the same no more.
And honestly, I'm not surprised that this sort of pandering loser who leads with his pockets would hit on younger girls. Because a lot of times, that's the only option they have. Because when they get in front of a real woman with her head on straight, these little tricks, these superficial materialistic gestures, they don't amount to much. And they can't use them to control these women. So they easily get exposed for what they truly are. Losers. You know the thing I love about the internet? I don't just gotta explain this to you guys. There's almost always an example already up online. So if you're not already informed about it, there's this YouTube dating show where people pop the balloon if they're not interested in an individual. The host asks some questions, and then if the person answers in a way that doesn't please the contestant, then they have the option to go up to that person and pop their balloon. Roll the clip.
For me, a perfect date, first thing I'm gonna do.
Oh my God. This nigga is the final boss of Performative, man.
Pardon my voice, man. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you shopping for something to wear. I'm gonna get your hair done, get your nails done, pick you up in my double R. Probably got 1,000 roses in there, in the Rolls Royce.
Oh, in the Rolls Royce, by the way. If you didn't know what double R meant, just had to say that. In the Rolls Royce. Even the interview is like,
after that, I mean, shit, we gonna just go with the day. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real. So we gonna just go with the day. That's if we in the city. If we not taking no trip, like I said, I'm pick you up, double R, roses, all that, the whole thing. You done got your hair done, nails done, you dressed to impress.
He hasn't said one thing of substance.
Whatever, we both looking good. We gonna go out to eat, fine dining. We might go to a club, and pop shit, have fun. And then after that, you know, we might just go get some massages or something like that. I think that's a perfect.
Massages after the club? We're going to get the massages after the club, y'all. Okay, type shit. That's new. I didn't hear that one.
You know who balloons you gonna pop already?
Hush.
Okay. Why did you have your balloon unpop?
I was really just being entertaining for real.
Okay. So
I'm just keeping it real.
Why were you going to pop his balloon?
Just because it was like the stuff he mentioned, like the the need to like mention like the brands, cars and stuff like that. It's not really necessary to get a woman or to get me for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm more laid back than that.
You said if it's my girl and we're in a relationship.
That's fine, but it's like you could have said I'm gonna pick you up, like I'm gonna pick you up in this. All right, it's a contract.
I'm gonna keep it real.
I see that's your style. You look pretty flashy, like that's your style probably.
It's cool. I'm just saying I wouldn't have dated you anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause you got the makeup on your shirt.
Yeah.
And you got like lipstick on your teeth. And it's like you got like a blood.
Why are you disrespecting her, bro? This is actually lame as fuck. I'm actually finding myself getting a little bit irritated watching this, just because it's just like, she didn't come at you, bro. She really didn't. She said, hey man, you look like you're really flashy. That seems to be your style. That's not really my swag. Good luck to you. And now you disrespecting my black queen. For what? She ain't come at you like that, bro. These niggas' egos be so fucking fragile.
In your eye.
Yeah.
So
I'm a barber.
No,
and
it's
some hair got in my eye.
I'm not trying to be funny.
It's just like
I was just paying attention.
you saying things that don't add up to nothing else.
No, I was just.
But it was giving Fugazi though, Bookie.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, all that.
Let her come back. You said it's giving what?
Fugazi.
You see how when women don't fall for their material possessions, they don't have any answer beyond that. Their whole personality is their wallet. No substance, no personality, just surface level and extremely
Mind you, half the time they be
These
faking
guys are
that
used
shit,
to what
bro.
you would call pay to play. The women they're used to dealing with live their life and operate like glorified sex workers. They're used to women whose thought process is, if you can't pay for anything, you can't gain access to my time. And I think this next clip best explains the detriment of dealing with these men who are wallet first, everything else later. Now the clip is long, but I genuinely could not have explained it better than Auntie did.
It is dangerous to teach young women, especially young women under the age of 28, to be asking men for money, to require and expect money from men. It puts these young women in precarious situations. Most young women have not developed enough life experience, wisdom. The frontal lobe is not even developed. And so these attitudes I see a lot of older women espouse around men should give you money. Your existence, your beauty is value enough for that man to pay you. If he's not giving you money, then what's his use? That's problematic to teach the young girls, because most young girls do not have the experience to navigate men who are using money to manipulate them, who are using money to access their bodies. Because that's what this comes down to. Let's just keep it very frank. Okay? If you're not getting married, that man is trying to access your body. It's just sexual attraction and it's gratification. The reason why he's taking you to that restaurant, the reason why he's paying for your shoes or your hair is to access your body. Period. It always leads back to him accessing your body. And even if you do get married, you've just become a woman who signed a contract where now he is expecting your body. And if you're religious, you might well believe mistakenly it is by God's design and it is your wifely duty to give your body and not deny your husband. So either way you dice this, it's about getting access to your body. And I feel very strongly when
y'all not hearing her, man. She's not trying to say this in like a weird way or nothing. She's just breaking it down on just the pure fact. At the end of the day, what does it come down to? What are you doing all this for then if it doesn't lead down to that road? We're not trying to be degenerate, but she's speaking some real, bro. She's really speaking some real.
Whenever I talk about the fact that women should not be relying on men for money, you should not be asking men for money, I think you missed the point here. That I am often thinking about the young woman. Because I'm sorry, I will say it again. I do not believe that every woman who receives money just because from a man is not doing something in exchange. And if you are a woman who's managed to master that kind of interaction with men, I'm pretty sure you're not a 22-year-old. And that still comes with risks. When you teach young women to be able to call another young man, because this is the other thing, are they calling a 22-year-old boy and saying, give me $5,000 or pay for my hair? Because if they are, that's not a good practice. It's not something we should be encouraging. And I think 22-year-old young men shouldn't be doing that either. They shouldn't be paying for girls' rent. For what?
For what?
They're young people. What are they doing? Going to the cinema, going on a date. This is not serious relationships anyway. So why should a young man be giving that kind of money to go on a date with a young woman? Let them go and have popcorn at the cinema. Keep it simple. That's the stage of life they're at. So then who is this 22-year-old, 25-year-old woman actually asking for money from? Hard, cold cash. It tends to be older men. That comes with its problems. And most of these young girls do not have the life experience to navigate those situations and come out on top. They don't have the experience to navigate that situation and not give off their body unless they want to, or not feel like they have to, or they should. Even when the man is asking for that access, he's edging for that access to your body. Not all of these girls have the skills to not end up in those situations. This is why it's dangerous overall to assert that women asking men for money and expecting money in the dating stages in particular is a way of righting the wrongs of patriarchy. Not for every woman. You actually become more of a victim to misogyny, predatory behavior, and patriarchy.
Right.
This is why we need to think.
Honestly, yeah, because again, the type of people that lead with money are the niggas that have fragile egos. So they are more likely to be doing that crash out, stupid, toxic shit. So if you as a woman are, pandering, or not pandering, but are searching for the more realistic guy, the guy that leads with good intentionality, good qualities, respectful, hardworking, a righteous man. If you are looking for a man with those type of qualities, and sure, a hardworking, dedicated man that is focused, if he's not already rich, he's probably going to find his success one day. So you'll get the money too. That's the thing that y'all don't understand, bro. Maybe he might not be a fucking multi-millionaire, but most people won't. You probably won't be one. Being honest. I'm not even putting that to be negative. I put that on nobody. But again, we already talked about that. Top 1%ers are 1%ers for a reason. And that's not to say to count yourself out. I'm just saying some of y'all not gonna make it. Facts. Okay? But back to the initial point, if you target your goal to be with somebody that has those qualities, chances are you're not going to end up in this situation where you feel like you're being forced to give your body, or it's transactional and all this weird extra shit. But y'all are literally putting yourself in the worst position to succeed because you're literally trying to be with guys that only lead with money. Hey, man. Y'all not ready to have this conversation, though. You're not hearing her. You really not hearing her.
About the day-to-day realities of these power dynamics that exist when women are looking at men and asking men for money just because you're beautiful. I'm sorry. If you're an older woman who's managed to crack this, fine. Keep it to yourself. If you're a young woman, be very wary of taking that advice. Get your own money.
Yeah.
Get your own money and interact with men on a level where you are a peer, where you have power and leverage because you've got your own money. And then you get to decide how much of yourself you give to that man or not.
Now, y'all can't tell me she didn't cook. But with that being said, though, if you made this problem.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment section, man. Definitely a deeper video. And shout out to 40 Shams, that boy going crazy. I'll link the original in the description. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? Type to the Twitch streams so you never miss a live reaction. I love y'all.
Where you at, Berto? I made this shit look too easy.